you on Juson TV. My name is Comrade Anekan Reginald Macaulay, and this morning we have a great unionist in our midst by name Comrade Efium Ansu. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for.
Well done. You are doing great.
Wow, thank you, sir. Thank you for being on our TV this morning. Please, sir, can we get to know you more better?
Yes, my name is Efium Ansu.
Okay.
I am a staff and a senior registrar in this very establishment, which I am attached to the district called Idun. It is nice to be with you people on this Josun television, where I am also here to hear my view on the administration of Comrade Aja Katele,
Okay. Okay.
who has proven to be the best and the first chairman who has put on his campaign promise to the staff of Akwa Ibom State, Juson, Akwa Ibom branch.
Can you tell us your work experience in Akwa Ibom State Judiciary?
Yes, my
Since
working
employed.
experience.
Yes.
I was employed into the Akwa Ibom State Judiciary
Oh.
on the 20th December 2002
Wow.
by the then and late Justice Efiong Idion, and I was posted to Directorate of Admin, where I worked as a clerical staff. Later then, I was posted to Chief Magistrate Court, Okobo.
Okay.
Somehow I refuted the transfer, coming out from that very local area to back to Uyo, where I was at least going to experience and getting more exposure back to Uyo, and I was posted to High Court 2, where I also served as a clerk of court to then retired Justice Jebi Esam.
Okay.
Then in about 2004, 2005, I was posted down to Chief Magistrate Court, Oro, where I also worked as a clerk of court. I rose from there as a clerk of court from clerical officer to an assistant registrar. I served in Oro. I got 2 promotions there, assistant registrar and registrar. Before that, I was posted down to Okobo on my own personal will,
Okay.
where I also served there as a registrar, and by the special grace of God, I was posted to District Court, Okobo, where I was the head of court till 2015.
Okay.
I was posted down to Ibesipo Asutan, where I served also as a registrar.
I think that's where I actually met.
Yes, we met there, and you saw my working experience system.
Yeah.
I don't have hatred for any good thing.
Yeah.
I love everybody. I take everybody as my own personal brother, because in the service we take ourselves. Anywhere we find ourselves, we must live as one.
Yeah.
Later then, in 2019, I was posted to the present court where I am, in Idu District Court, where I am still a senior registrar. By the special grace of God, I am awaiting principal registrar.
So if I would say that means you've actually have gotten a whole lot of experiences in the system by moving around these different courts.
Yes, that is one of the best experience. Sometimes I see people refuting transfer.
Transfer.
They don't want to go to any place than working in headquarters or Futa City, Korikone Road. I was lucky to understand that transfer is transfer.
Right.
You need to go and learn and getting exposed to other local government. As I am sitting down with this job, at least I know almost 60% of the jurisdiction in Akwa Ibom State, the locations,
Okay.
the local government, the community lifestyle, and I have experienced everything away from education.
Okay.
With going to one place or the other,
Mm,
I have gotten more experience, learn culture of those areas where the
yes.
jurisdiction of the courts I am
Yes,
posted.
let's go to this now. Now, with all these experiences being put together, how can you relate, or would I say, can you relate to us your experience as a unionist?
Yeah,
With
thank
all
you
this your
very much.
experience. Mm,
I think I came into unionism through my uncle,
okay.
who is the present chairman of Ratau, Comrade Sylvester Bassi. I learned from him because then he was the secretary of the union, Ratau.
Okay. Okay.
I learned unionism to stand firm, equity,
Yeah.
fairness through him
Yeah.
because I saw that the zeal he has to stand for the poor welfare of the staff was different. So I learned, I put myself into that shoe, and today I am a voice in the unionism. I can tell who will not be good, who cannot perform well, and who will take us backward. Like today, I have stand with Comrade Clement in Yawuro, who is
Whoa.
now retired.
Whoa.
There was a time he contested and failed election. That was the day I know how failure looks like. And that was the day I know that there are some people who do not care about the welfare of themselves. That was one of the best chairman would have had because in his transition, he made us to gain what Comrade Aja today has made the staff of Akwa Ibom State Judiciary have gotten.
Yeah.
He was a
On a
voice.
more better platform.
Yes,
Than
he
that
was
time.
a voice and he brought goodies to us.
Yeah.
Since then, no
Other
other
chairman.
chairman has been able to do so. That was why I told the then former chairman, Comrade Okumo, that I don't see the zeal of making us proud as a staff of the judiciary, but by the special grace of God, he came, he saw, and he conquered. But to that extent, we could not gain anything. But ever since, from Clement Yawuro to Basiakpan to Comrade Mbebe, between Basiakpan and Mbebe to Oku, I feel that the world government was Comrade Mbebe's administration. At the end of the day, he frustrated his staff and went for his personal rival, and which he failed woefully. He failed, and he was frustrated to this present time. But to tell you, my brother, the best administration I have experienced in unionism is Comrade Aja Katele.
Wow. Wow. So at this level now, sir, what do you think is the biggest challenges facing the union? The biggest challenges facing this most performing government of the day?
Yes, the challenges that I've seen in its progress, I mean the progress of Comrade Aja, Engineer Aja Katale,
His administration.
his administration is the blackmailers. Those
Okay.
people that are fighting at the back, who does not see anything good in what he is trying to put on the table for the staff of Akwa Ibom State Judiciary, because they thought since their success were robbed by them selfish interests, that they should also come and rob
Salvage
that,
the whole situation.
that of Comrade Engineer Aja Katale's administration, which it cannot work. And I will also advise that he told on his own good way of doing things and make sure that the staff smile at the end of the day. Secondly, the challenges I see within him is just the lack of funds in the country that has affected the state funding to judiciary.
Okay.
Because I believe he had the funding,
Mhm.
there are so many things that will put to place and change
Okay.
through his administration.
So the biggest challenges we are having now is funding.
Funding to the union to activate their progress, most especially everything you need. When you don't have money, you cannot move development, you cannot move progress.
So sir, what can you say about the synergy in terms of the relationship between the union and the management of Akwa Ibom State, and by extension, the government of Akwa Ibom State?
My brother, that does not need a soothsayer.
We want to hear from you.
The relationship between the present ESCO of Tucson, I think it is 100%. The management, the ESCO, the state government, like what happened on the 15% that just been captured for us.
Wow.
You see, the ESCO went for a strikeout, and at the end of the day, it could not take even more than 24 hours. The hearings of the ESCO and the staff of judiciary was given an attention. I think the state government is in a very good rapport with the ESCO led by Comrade Engineer Aja
Yeah,
Katale.
sorry to cut you before you go in, because we had our cameras on him that day when the protest was going on. We saw when the state government officials were trying to pull him out for a private discussion, and he did something, not knowing that he was on camera. He did something by getting back to the staff, like, should I go? Then at that point, I think the staff said no. That if the state government wants to talk with him, they should say it here. So at that point, you think the relationship is good, and what can you say?
Yes, it is wonderful that when you have a listening father and your father also listen to the children.
Okay.
That is
okay.
how the progress
Okay.
of that nature and the success of that protest
Mm.
came. You cannot just go for an secret meeting without consulting your children.
Yeah.
The chairman himself is a listening father,
Mm.
and he listened to his children. He could not go until the general relationship of calling them to the negotiation table was put publicly to bear. And at the end of the day, what has come out in a successful one.
Wow, wow, that's very good. That's very good. We must really appreciate, having you here because as far as Juson TV is concerned, if your Manso is a voice in Juson Akwa Ibom State branch.
Absolutely, I am a voice because I have put in myself devotedly.
Mm.
Although sometimes when I hear out the truth, it always coming penning someone. And I don't give a damn because even in the Bible, it says, say the truth and let the truth set you free.
Yeah.
So, and I cannot also, as a person who started from grass and I want to touch grace, then somebody will use his own grace to want to bring me back to grass. That is why I need to come out and head out. I don't want anybody feel cheated. Because if I have this and you don't have what I have, it will become a malice about our development, growth. So that is why I am always coming out as somebody who is feel being contented to also agitate for a good governance for the commoner. We are not the commoner. We are the third arm of the system. So we don't want anybody to put us. I don't like people pulling us down because you think that we are the merest. No, I will come out and say something that will also put us in the front page of development.
So let me put you in line also so that we can also have a more clarification. At this point, what do you advise or what advice do you have for the leadership of the union in times like this?
Yeah, that is one wonderful question. I have been waiting, looking an opportunity to address that issue.
Okay.
As a family led by Comrade Engineer Aja Katele, I will always advise for them to always be a united force.
Okay.
State their ideas in oneness so that they can go stronger and together. When you live in a stronger motive, you will come together and make development and make the people that send you to represent them to help their grievances. You will see the family will be one, united. I need that kind of, I advise that kind of united family. Then, also, my advice to them is to caution their steps in going into 50-50 relationship with the management because the management are not also a saint. They can trick you for their own personal business. So I will advise them to put the administration one before God, take united force and united family and retrieve their step so that we, the staff behind them, will not also criticize them, will not also tell them that you are failed because I'm not using failure to people that does not help us to grow. That is part of my advice for them.
Okay, so to wrap it up now, finally, what advice also do you have for the members of the union too, at all level?
My advice to member of the SQ, member of the union,
Yes.
that is most especially the lowest cadet, is that we should put ourselves in order and stop listening to side talk that you have not confirmed. You see somebody coming out to blackmail somebody, you don't confirm it because it's your soulmate. You
start jumping on it.
You jump on it. You come like I had an experience in a, I call it a defunct platform, claimed to own by a former chairman of Josun. I don't call that platform a Josun platform because when you see anything that left a group of people to create its own in the name of up, that means it is owned by one person. I always advise them not to attack entirety. You attack on non-performance of the person that you have had once had an experience with him. But for now, I will tell them, let us continue to support the EXCO led by Engineer Aja Kakale.
Thank you very much. You have been watching an exclusive interview with Comrade Effiong Ansu, a great unionist. And my name is still Macaulay Reginald. Stay tuned to Juson TV and remember, follow us, share, comment. Thank you for watching.